We're in studio with News 24 editor Adrian Besson and Pepe Lapidube from the Centre of Constitutional Rights after President Zuma survived yet another motion of no confidence in him. Adrian, what does this mean for the president and what does this mean for the ANC?
Look, the ANC will obviously party late into tonight. This is a big victory. They will claim it, and rightly so. President Zuma had survived, even though a lot of people, including myself, thought there was a chance that he would be recalled through a secret ballot. But there's a big but. There's about 30 ANC MPs, according to our calculations, that voted for the motion. And this is very significant, Alet. I think, it's the first time that any number of ANC MPs had voted for President Zuma to be removed. And not one or two or four, because we've all been talking about Derek Hanekom, Makosi Koza, Mondli Gungubele, but about 30 ANC MPs voted for the motion. That means with another 20, they could get there. So I think it's not smooth sailing for the ANC. These are big red lights flashing. But yes, Zuma is the cat with 9 lives.
Pepe Lapi, did the vote backfire in succeeding to create unity within the ANC, as Adrian just said?
I think that could be the interpretation of today's events, but I think at its most crude level, it's probably the understanding that the very same people who put President Jacob Zuma into power are really the only people who can take him out of power. So again, we as a nation are looking to this one political party to hold the president of the country accountable.
So what's the next step for the opposition?
Well, given the fact that the opposition, before the Constitutional Court, had asked for a secret ballot, and just given the fact that the opposition was really banking on the fact that the Speaker of Parliament would act irrationally and that their next course of action, or rather their next plan of action, would have been to approach the courts. But in a sense, the wind has very much been taken out of their sails, and they did get the secret ballot that they so requested, and the Speaker of Parliament was quite magnanimous in her in her understanding of her role as the Speaker of Parliament. So I think at the moment there are very few legal options that are open to the that are open to the opposition. But of course they continue to be members of Parliament, and in terms of the Constitution, their role is to continue to hold the executive accountable. So I think we are going to continue seeing the sort of fierce debates that we've come to expect from Parliament.
I think that Paleka Mbete is by far the biggest winner of tonight. I think she did the right thing by going for the secret ballot. She stepped in quite late into the debate. She was doing something else first. But when she stepped in, she handled it very professionally, the debate. There was none of that mudslinging we've previously seen between her and the EFF. And she got the result that she probably hoped for. So I think she's the big winner. She looks better after this vote than she looked before. She complied with the Constitutional Court's ruling. And legally, I think there's very little for the opposition parties to do now. The question is, again, what does the ANC do now? What does Cyril Ramaphosa do on the way to December? What is this message out of here? What the ANC did well today, I thought, during the debate was to couch this in the terms of an onslaught on the party, that this was a call for regime change, as Speaker after Speaker of the ANC said. Of course, it's nonsense. It was nothing of the sort. It was a very constitutionally, legally, democratic vote of no confidence, motion tabled by a MP. But the ANC is very good at doing that, at closing ranks, as couching something as an attack on the party. And then the ANC is at its strongest. And still, about 30 people, 30 ANC MPs voted against the party. It's secret. The ANC will not know who they were. I'm sure they've got their suspicions. And that will obviously cause a lot of ructions inside that caucus at their next meeting.
The story is still unfolding. Stay with us as we cover it through the next few days.